With an uptick in human shark encounters being reported along coastlines, staying safe in the water is top of mind for many. Thankfully, Sharkbanz is giving beachgoers peace of mind. Let's welcome David Garrison, COO and founder of Sharkbanz. David, thank you for being here with us today.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
We've had you on the show before, but for those who aren't familiar, remind us, what is Sharkbanz? How does it work?
Sharkbanz is a device that repels sharks, and it uses very powerful electromagnets to repel sharks. They have very sensitive electroreceptors in their head, and something like these powerful magnets overwhelm that electrical sense, and it makes them shy away, like you shining a bright light in somebody's face in a dark room. Doesn't hurt them, but it does make them kind of go, I don't want to be here. It's very uncomfortable.
And that's an important component for many, is that this does no harm to sharks. All it does is just gives us an extra layer of protection. And I know I'm not alone in saying that, I don't go in the ocean without a shark crossing my mind. So Sharkbanz really is an incredible product. And I want to ask you, was there an experience or something that happened that sparked the inspiration to create this product?
Yeah, I think like most cool inventions, there's always an inspiration. And in our case, a good friend of my son, who is also the co-founder of Sharkbanz, Nathan Garrison, his good friend in Charleston was bitten by a bull shark and just out of high school. And consequently, it just increased that fear, but also the motivation to say, hey, look, I think we can solve this problem. There's got to be a way to be able to make people safer in the water and protect them from sharks. So we set off on a mission to try to figure out that problem, and we launched a product in 2014, and here we are.
Absolutely, and you guys have been very successful. I know that most people are familiar with the Sharkbanz, the wearable, whether you can wear it as a band on your ankle or on your arm, your wrist, and there's also a fishing component as well, but you guys recently released a pod, so give us an overview of what that pod is for.
The pod is really an innovative product, we think, and it provides a lot of flexibility. The band is great. It's there for rough situations and very flexible, but the pod gives people the small ability, if people haven't seen it, but I could show it to them real quickly, but it's a small device. And you can put it into a pocket, like a board shorts. You can put it into a wetsuit pocket, which wetsuits often have. And then we have a little pouch that you can also put it in, and this is very heavily adopted by the surf community. They put the pod in that pouch and they wrap it around the cuff that's on their leash, and they've always got it with them. It's always on, doesn't need any charging or batteries, and so they can feel very comfortable that says, hey, I've got my board, I've got my pod, it's on my leash, I'm ready to go.
And I also want to emphasize what you just said, no batteries, no charging necessary. So you just get the product, put it on, and you don't have to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about it. It's always working. You don't have to think about it.
And as far as research goes, recently there was some research conducted at Florida Atlantic University that further proved the efficiency of this product. So tell us about this research. This just came out this year. So tell us about this.
It did. Those results were released in February of 2025. So this year, recent. We've had other research done, and there's been scientific research done on magnetic repelling of sharks for 20 years. But this additional research was done by Florida Atlantic University, and they tested the Zeppelin in particular to see how effective it would be in repelling sharks. In this case, they focused on bull sharks and others. But they proved that in the tests that when they used the Zeppelin, that the bull sharks never bit the device and the bait ever. And when they didn't use it, it was, out of 52 times that the sharks came up, the sharks would bite the device if it didn't have magnets in it. And so it was just further proof for us. We like to have scientific research. People are skeptical. They say, oh, this thing can't possibly work. So we're delighted to have additional scientific research done that proves that this, in fact, works and works really well.
And David, I have to ask, you say that you can't guarantee 100% safety. So in addition to having Sharkbanz on us, what can we do to make sure that we stay safe in the water?
That's a good question. I would say be aware. If you have a Sharkbanz on and it helps protect you, particularly from, quick attacks by a shark, that they're just curious, but paying attention into the water to say, do I see any movement of sharks? If you do, you're smart to get out of the water. You never know what a shark, it's an unpredictable wild animal. And so I would say just be very aware of if there is shark activity around, then you just get out of the water. So.
Well, David, thank you so much. Sharkbanz.com is where people can go to learn more and also purchase Sharkbanz. I don't think I'll ever go to the ocean without mine again. So, David, thank you for joining us today.
Great. Stay safe. Thank you.
We're back after this.